Welcome to this edition of What's Cooking in My Kitchen, where I'm going to show pictures from 1 year post-op to 16 months post-op of the portions I eat and food I eat now. So here we'll start out with 1 year post-op, and here's some shredded beef with peppers, different spices, cilantro, half a corn cob and a tortilla, and some soup. As you can see, I was able to eat the majority of it. Next up is some dessert I made. It's flan with a little bit of caramel on top. One was for me, one was for my boyfriend. Here's a lunch after 1 year post-op. A piece of tilapia, half a corn cob, some whole wheat crackers, and some hummus. You can see some fancy drinks in the background, but I generally don't drink while I'm eating because it makes it so I can eat more. Here's some stuffed chicken breast. I put cheese, mushrooms, and then there's some pierogies and a piece of garlic bread. I was able to eat most of it, half a pierogi and half the garlic bread I left. Here's a typical breakfast for me at the 1 year point: some Canadian bacon, egg, and oatmeal. This was a very typical snack for me at the 1 year mark: a granola bar with some peanut butter put on top. The next one here, I told you guys about this meal, was Wendy's, and I thought it would be a healthy option from the menu. It's just some chicken with barbecue sauce on it. And after I read the nutrition information online, I actually stopped eating it and threw it away. I had no idea how they packed so many calories in that. Here's a meal from Panera Bread. I believe it's the Fuji apple salad, which is very good, with some broccoli cheese soup and a piece of bread. This meal made me very full. I probably should have stopped a little bit before I did. I think it was the bread and the salad that kind of filled me up. This is a meal from work. Typically in the past, the pasta would have been the biggest part of my plate, but that time I made it like a side dish. And here we are at 14 months post-op, where I kind of got on an avocado kick. I was eating an avocado a day. This is a piece of, I don't know if it's chicken or fish, some ramen with veggies mixed in, some corn and avocado, and as you can see, I ate most of it. Next up, a little pasta salad, fish, mostly likely salmon, mushrooms, avocado, a whole grain cracker. Some spaghetti with meat sauce, meatballs, and avocado. I don't remember if I didn't like it or if I just wasn't too hungry that day, but I did not eat the majority of it. Before surgery, I would have eaten it anyways. Here's a Mexican dish called a torta. It's a piece of French bread with meat. That's chicken, cheese, avocado, and then some homemade potato wedges. Here we start 15 months post-op. Here's a breakfast. 2 small pancakes, and in the back what you see is cottage cheese with granola, strawberries, and bananas, which me and my boyfriend split that plate. I attempted to make an avocado soup, and it kind of turned out more like a applesauce consistency, so that's what you see on the plate there. This was my first time eating canned ravioli in years, but I ate a little bit of that and some corn. Here again, my more avocados. I have an avocado salad that has avocado, chicken, celery, apples, grapes. The sauce was, I think, vinegar and sugar. It was very good. I ate the crackers. I ate most of the soup, but there's a little bit of cottage cheese left. Here's another torta. This one has chorizo and refried beans as the base, and then some crackers and some ramen noodle. Here's a dessert. Whenever I make dessert, I make a small portion, and my boyfriend and I share it. So here's graham crackers, some light ice cream, and I believe it's a little bit of Cool Whip. Here's some soup. I make a lot of soups. A piece of chicken, some sort of noodle. I can't really tell what that is, but also, of course, avocado. Here's a day when we got some pizza from Little Caesars. I actually ended up having 2 pieces, even though there's only one on the picture. Some chicken wings and an avocado. Here's a roast I made. It's a pork loin with potatoes, onions, carrots. I attempted to make a little bit of gravy and a hot dog bun as my bread. Here's broccoli, chicken, mushrooms, and rice. Again, if I don't show it after, that means I was able to eat the whole thing. Here I had a grilled cheese sandwich with some ramen. We make ramen different ways. This one I think we had peppers and corn stirred into it, and some avocado. This was an interesting day where we were trying to use random stuff that was left over in the fridge, so I don't really know 100% what that is. Here's some plantains that my boyfriend made from dessert. I don't know exactly how he did it. Fried them up in a pan and then put some sort of cream on top of them. Here we went to a community garden, and everything that was cooked except of course for the chips and the hot dog, was made from the garden. It's somewhere where you can go and anybody can pick out fruits and vegetables. This is what was left over that day. This is my bag of goodies that I got. You can see some broccoli seeds in there, some collard greens, which I didn't use, some broccoli, some peppers, some eggplant. Here's more of what I got. I got some tea, or excuse me, some mint leaves for tea. Again, eggplant, peppers, cilantro, tomatoes. Here's where I cooked up the mint leaves. I just boiled them in water and made tea. Turned out pretty good. My boyfriend used the eggplant and made a crisp where he kind of made hash brown style potatoes and put that on the outside, and it's got eggplant on the inside. I attempted here to make some carrot soup because someone gave me a couple pound bags of carrots. It ended up looking very pretty, but it didn't taste the best. I think if I had had a better food processor and it could have been blended up a little better, it might have been good. So here's the actual meal we ate. It was the carrot soup, eggplant crisp, and he made some kind of eggplant wedges, kind of like a potato wedge. And eggplant is actually surprisingly good, and it tastes different depending on how you cook it. Here's a dessert I made. Again, graham crackers, some peanut butter, apples, and I think there might have been a little bit of caramel or honey sprinkled on the top. Here's the tomatoes I got that day from the community garden and some cilantro. I use lime, cilantro, tomatoes, garlic, onion, salt, and pepper, and I make a very, very yummy salsa full of antioxidants. Here I use the salsa and I put it on top of salmon while I was cooking, and then I added a little bit of honey, and it's so good. I've been calling it my honey salsa salmon, and as you can see, I chopped up some yellow pepper and cooked it with it. So that day made it very, very good. This one here is some pierogies with, we had some leftover meat, so my boyfriend just added different seasonings to try something new. I went to the cider mill, my picture of me next to a 1,500-pound pumpkin. We got some apple cider. We got to watch it be made. I drink a lot of 100% juice now. Before I didn't like juice, and I never buy juice with tons of sugar. It's always the 100%. Here is 2 tortillas filled with chicken that my boyfriend had made. You can see the inside. He called it like cantina chicken or tacos or something. It has a lot of lime. I ate a little bit too much that day. As you can see, I ate a lot of it, but I could have eaten less. Here again, my honey salsa salmon with some leftover of the eggplant crisp and some avocado. I was able to eat the majority of it. I later used the eggplant to make eggplant parmesan. I ran out of ingredients, so I threw some spaghetti on the top of it. That's why it looks like spaghetti. But like I said, the eggplant actually is surprisingly good. And those are some just pieces of eggplant chopped up. Here again, 16 months post-op, leftover eggplant crisp. And in the corner, different kinds of meat with peppers chopped up with cheese on top. Here's where we attempted for the first time to use whole wheat pasta. I wasn't too keen of it. It actually tasted better the second time around when we heated up the leftovers. Again with salmon, some applesauce with berries and cinnamon. Here's some apple pie. As you can see, the portion size, my boyfriend's is on the right and mine is on the left. I could, of course, eat a bigger size piece, but I choose not to. Here is some broccoli and cheese frittatas for breakfast. Some nachos, a very good source of fruits and veggies, or veggies I should say, avocado, tomato, beans, corn chips. It was very good, but I couldn't eat very much that day. It was actually quite filling. It had meat and cheese and all that sort of stuff. Here, whole wheat tortilla, avocado, and some chicken with a lot of peppers added in. Here's a recipe. We had found this. It's a Spanish tortilla. It has egg, spinach, and cheese. Whole wheat piece of bread with cream cheese on it. Here, a day I was trying to use some leftovers. It's chicken, deviled egg, and eggplant parmesan. In the past, I hated eggs, and now I can eat them. Since surgery, a lot of my tastes have changed. This was very yummy that my boyfriend made, and if you're watching this, I hope you make it again for me. It's chicken marsala. It has mushrooms, a wine sauce. It was very good, but I couldn't eat. I ate a little more than half of it. Here's a breakfast from one of the cookbooks I use. It's a piece of melon or cantaloupe with yogurt inside and some sort of berries. It takes down the bitterness of the melon, and it makes it very good. And I had that with a... Here is a piece of pork loin with potatoes, cauliflower, and a piece of bread. I had been eating cookies while I was cooking. I had 3 Oreo cookies, so I wasn't too hungry by the time I ate. As you can see, I left about half my food. Here is some stuffed French toast. It has ricotta cheese, yogurt, strawberries on the inside. And here's some melts I made. They are on English muffins with tomato, cheese, a little piece of ham, and avocado. The salad is very good. It's spinach leaves, cranberries, apples, peanuts, feta cheese. You can be creative and put whatever you want in it. Here's a picture. I just thought this really funny at a restaurant. It was called Comfort on a Plate, which I think is far from it. And last but not least, here are the cookbooks that we use most often. There's the Biggest Loser Family Cookbook, which has a lot of quick and easy recipes. Cook This Not That, which is to the right. They have a lot of alternatives to restaurant dishes. They have other books called Cook This Not That, Buy This Not That. It's a very good set of books. And the last one in the back, The Younger Thinner You, has a lot of awesome information. The recipes are a little bit more difficult, but they're not too hard to do. So good luck in your eating, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.